Get out. Hello. You good boy.
Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So, oh, fucking hell. Boris, he's currently scratching his head on the door. And he's about to cause an earthquake. Let me just show you guys. Boris. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going cross country. I mean, I don't really know 100%. Sorry, I'm trying to like prop my camera up. That'll have to do. I don't 100% know what it is that we're actually doing. It is like this sort of cross country thing. It's through our pony club, so yeah, it's just like a fun little ride. It's not anything. Boris, you're gonna scratch your mane out. Stop it now. It's just a fun little training sort of thing, like very unserious. I don't know. I don't think it's anything like proper lesson, like just, yeah, like I said, like it's a pony club thing. His hair's getting caught in his mouth. Yeah. But yeah, so very excited for that. We did have our jumping lesson a few days ago. What day was it on? It was on Tuesday and it's now Friday. Normally I would never ever jump twice this close together, but I'm currently on half term for GCSEs, so just got like 2 things booked in for now, and then he won't be jumped for another like 2-3 weeks or something again. And on Tuesday he hadn't been jumped for a month, so that's almost like, it was like a warm-up thing, because you don't want to just jump him a lot or really big when he hasn't been jumped for ages. And also we didn't jump that big on Tuesday. It was like maximum 70, absolute max, maybe 65. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, so we're just having our cross-country lesson today. Not sure how it will go, but I was going to wear my hunter green set, because I wear that's my cross-country colours and I wear that every time. But there's quite a few people have pointed out that all my fail videos are when I'm in that hunter green, so now I'm a bit superstitious about it. I'm thinking it might be bad luck, so to test it out, I'm going to be wearing my mist set, because we've had some very good sessions in our mist set. And because obviously it's cross country, you have to wear a skull cap, and I thought the only hat silk I had was the hunter green, which is the main reason why I wore it so much. But then I remembered when I did a dressage competition back in November or something, I actually won a hat silk from this brand, and it's navy, so I was like, oh my god, that's absolutely perfect. So I'm going to wear the navy hat silk today, so then I won't be like mismatching, because imagine if I'm wearing mist with hunter green hat silk, it just wouldn't look very good. So I've got my navy hat silk to wear, and then I'm going to wear obviously this mist base layer, and then I'm going to be wearing my mist saddle pad. So I just need to get Boris ready now. If you guys have watched my other vlogs, you know what the drill is by now. We just need to start off by doing a running plait in his mane. I did give his mane a little trim recently, like a week or 2 ago, because it was just looking really thin at the ends, so I decided to give it a little trim, just to get it a bit thicker, because yeah, we need to, the showing season's coming up obviously, and just need it to look a bit more like an actual cob, because it's really thin, weirdly. But his feathers are actually pretty thick. They grew back really fast in like a year. Like fully back in a year, because obviously we clipped them off for his injury, and his tail was actually very thick. I haven't washed his tail in ages, but it's very thick. I need to, but I never do, because I just don't, because I don't wash him or bath him unless normally I need to for a show, and I don't have a show. But sometimes I bath him just for the sake of bathing him, but that's only in summer. Tilt up the camera a little bit so you can see a bit better. Don't think I have my mane and tail brush on me. I've got this brush. My I can never remember what the brushes are called. You know this one, that one. That will work fine. I'm not trying to get his mane super like fully untangled. I'm just trying to get it so that I can just plait it without ripping his mane out. I do have some mane and tail spray here. Bought the nice fancy one. Yeah, so I just use a bit of that. It also makes it, the spray is, sorry buddy, he doesn't like it. Sorry, baby, I forgot. Come back. Come back. Okay. The spray is actually really cool on that, and it actually has a bit of grip to it, so it's actually very useful. Hey, Boris, I'm done. Can you come back here, please? Come here. Come here. Come on. Okay, he's back. And he's just gonna stand there. Okay, his mane's not that thin. Okay, I know I said it's thin, but it's not that thin. Let me zoom out a little bit more. It is just flipped over the other side currently. It's not as bad as it looks. Just give it a little brush, because he doesn't like that mane and tail spray, so I try not to use it very often. And if I do, I tend to use it gently, but I forgot just then, because I forgot he didn't like it, because that's... Anyways, I did brush his mane like yesterday. I think I try again not to brush it very often, because I want it to get a bit thicker, but I don't know, I tend to just leave it alone, and I only really plait it if I'm going out somewhere, or if I'm jumping, which again, I don't jump very often normally. But yeah, I'm just giving it a quick brush through. See, look, this is what I mean, it gets really thin. Okay, I don't know if you... It looks... The hair goes down to here, but it goes that thin. To be fair, you can't see it on camera as well as you can see it in real life. But it is a bit thick. Not actually that thin in real life. I mean, it is still pretty thin, but... Anyways, that's his... It really looks awful on camera. It's not that bad, I promise. But I didn't do anything. Okay, so now we're gonna do a running plait. I'll probably just speed this up for you guys so you don't get bored. But I will be doing a video at some point of all the different tutorials of all the different like types of plaits that you can do. That is the finished plait. I actually have got really fast at doing those now. I can do them pretty quickly. But Boris is obviously super good. He just stands there. He actually really likes getting plaited. It's very relaxing, isn't it, for you? Yes. He's got a droopy lip. You can see him. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Okay. Now I just need to give him a quick... Why are you staring at the camera? Now I just need to give him a quick brush over, because he's a bit dirty, aren't you? Good boy. Okay. He's a bit tired, if you can tell. Just put my camera up in a new place, as you can see. If my camera falls, I will cry because there's a water bucket right beneath it. In fact, I might move that because I'm really not risking it falling into that. I'm going to put some straw under it as well so it doesn't fall onto rock hard concrete. There we go, give it a soft landing if it were to fall. Anyways, look how shiny he is. He's so glossy. It's like, I don't brush him that often. I mean, I brush him when I go out and I do something, like if I'm jumping or if I'm going out or something, but I don't brush him that regularly. I mean, I brush him after I ride if he's sweaty, but that's only happened more recently. Anyways, I'll just give him a quick brush over. I need to bath him at some point because I haven't bathed him in quite a... Oh my god. I haven't bathed him in quite a while, so I probably need to do that again at some point. Just don't know when, because I need to obviously finish my GCSEs first, which I've only got 7 exams left. I mean, by the time this is posted, I think I'll have, what, 5. Because I'm obviously on half term as I'm filming this. And I have 7 exams, but a lot of people have 12 or something, because they've got languages to do still. Like I did my German, I finished that ages ago, and also I don't take history. So people have like 4 more exams, so then they have 11, and then also like PE or something. Like if I didn't do GCSE PE, I would have 6, which is crazy to me, like only having 6 exams left. But they're quite, the ones left are kind of, I'd say, important. No, okay, they are the key subjects. You've got 3 sciences, so biology, maths, physics. Biology, maths, oh my god. Biology, chemistry, physics, and then the paper 2, paper 3 for maths, and then I've got my second PE exams for GCSE PE, and then also English language. But luckily, English language is next week, so I'm going to get that over and done with. Again, by the time I posted this, we would have done English language by then, at that point. But yeah, like I said, at this moment in time, I have not done English language GCSE. But I'd say the exams I'm feeling most confident for are biology, biology and maths, definitely feeling confident for. PE, I'm feeling pretty confident for. Chemistry, I just hate organic chemistry for the life of me. It shouldn't be a thing, it's awful. Hello, Boris agrees with me. I feel like the way we were taught it, we weren't taught it very well. So it made it so much more confusing, and I had to teach myself a lot of it. I had to teach myself a lot of it, which is not very helpful. But anyways, we move. Just need to finish brushing him off. There you go. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to be doing a voiceover for this bit, as you can see. So we had arrived, I'd tacked up and everything, and we were just warming up. It was out in a field, as cross-country tends to be. So we were just warming up, going around a bit. He was being a bit lazy to start off with, but he was actually being super, super good. And I was a bit nervous to see how he'd be, because he was in a snaffle, and normally when we do cross-country, or when we used to do cross-country, because we hadn't done it in ages apart from the other day, I'd use the Dutch gag, which obviously I don't use anymore. I mean, I'd always have it on the second ring, but yeah, I don't use that one anymore. Just use a snaffle. Try to do a walk to canter there, but put my leg quite far back. Duly noted. But yeah, so I was very intrigued to see how he would be with other horses in an open field doing jumping in a snaffle. But the entire session, he was absolutely perfect. Like, he was so well behaved. He was a bit strong at times later on, but not at this time, like really not very strong at all. And just going super, super nicely. Like, as you can see, he was actually in a really nice contact, very soft. And I was very happy with him. And then we got round to the jumping at some point, and he was a bit spooky at first, but he then, as we know, he's quite nervous cross-country, he's not very confident, so this is another thing why this session was so good. It was such a good confidence boost. And when we went to go over this log the first time, he did stop at it, but then the second time we just came back round and he just popped it straight away, and jumped it really, really nicely. We just came into trot because he prefers trot a lot more and he's more confident in trot, but then we came round in the opposite direction and did it that way. Again, I think he stopped first time, so I just let him have a little look at it that way, and then we came straight back round and popped it. It was a bit awkward the way we jumped it, but as I've said, he's quite nervous, so I was just happy that he jumped it. And excuse my lower leg on the right hand side, because again, I have no idea why, but it is awful that side. Anyways, and then we tried to combine a few logs, which he did really nicely. Again, a bit not very sure. combining them, but he still did it really, really nicely, and I was very happy with him on that. He did refuse the log in this direction the first time, but then he came back round and popped it very nicely. I think it definitely helped having the horses in the other direction. And then we tried to do that combination of 3 logs in the opposite direction. As you can see, he jumped the first one very well, but for some reason he did not like jumping this log in this direction. I can't actually figure it out, and he refused many times, even though it's just a plain simple log, not much going on with it. But he really didn't seem to like it, so I gave him a little pat, a little walk off and everything, because he had gotten a bit sweaty at this point, and then I felt like I was back in riding school because I got a lead over it, and then he popped it super, super nicely, really confidently, so I think it just might have been a nervous thing, and he did that really nicely. And then we went to another field, and there was a slightly bigger jump. It wasn't tall height-wise, but it was quite big, in width. It was quite wide. It was like a pheasant feeder type jump, but we came up to it, we were all kind of following each other, and I think the first time he stopped at it, which I wasn't surprised at because I wasn't very confident, but then we came back round and he popped it really nicely. I was very shocked that he jumped that, and then we all did it in the opposite way and he jumped that so nicely, but he definitely didn't want to touch it because his legs were very high over it. A lot of scope, but I was very, very happy with that, and he canted off super positively afterwards as well. And then we were just heading towards the next field because it was kind of like a hacking with a bit of jumping kind of vibe. And at this point I was so, so happy with him because he was, even though he was in front, he was trotting super nicely. Like, he wasn't strong, he was just so soft and just chilling and being really good, and he was honestly like this for the rest of the session. And then when we got to the next field, there was another jump. It was exactly the same, and he popped it super, super nicely, as you can see, just flew over it. And there was a whole combination of jumps. We did it in the opposite direction. We got a bit of a dodgy stride to that, bit of miscommunication where I asked him to go longer and he just went a bit deep. And then this is a bit blurry because my mum didn't have my camera, but we did this whole combination of jumps around the field. And so the jump that we just did, we went over that at the bottom here, as you can see. And then Boris picked up a bit of speed at that point. He did quite a fast gallop. He was very, very good though. He wasn't strong enough blind bolting that I couldn't stop him. But he was really good, and he did lose a bit of steam at this point. But he was still just loving life. He was really, really enjoying this, just going for a good gallop. And we came up the hill to the next jump, and because it was uphill after he had just done a gallop, he was a bit tired. Quite a few of the other horses were, so I didn't blame him because he is a cob, and he just stopped at that one. So we came back round and popped it in trot, and he did it really, really nicely. He had such a bad trot to it anyway, so I pulled him back and didn't want him to go over it. And then I was very surprised he did it in trot, because he did that really nicely. But as you can see, we came over the top. I mean, I had lost steam at this point as well. I didn't really want to keep going, but he was doing really, really nicely and just cantering off. After this, there was 2 more jumps. There was one at the top of the hill, which he refused first time, and then he came back round and jumped it again. And then at the bottom of the hill, where it was that original same jump, and we jumped that, but he did the whole combination so nicely that I just left it there while other people went and did it again, and I just called him off and walked him around. And anyway, so we just came home at this point, and he was sweaty, so we sponged him off. That's why he's really wet. I'm going to do a little debrief of everything. Let me clean my camera actually, because oh, that's so much better. Boris is tired, so he's like scratching his head on his hay net, bless him. Anyway, so full debrief. First of all, sorry, there's not many videos because we actually didn't do that much. It wasn't like a actual cross-country session, as I said. It was just like a sort of like hack around vibe with a few jumps. Like it was like a hack, just like with jumps, but like the aim was to go and jump, but I don't really know how to explain it. You get the vibe. But yeah, he was so perfect. Obviously, as you guys know, he is a bit more nervous cross country, so I had to take him in a bit slower to it and everything. When we first started off the session, because we did some like warm-up jumps with these other jumps somewhere else, I need a bit more on that. He was just a bit nervous to do it by himself. There were a few logs that he jumped really nicely, but then there was one that he refused to do, which was really weird because it was quite small, so I'm not sure why that was happening. But then we got a lead over it and he just jumped it perfectly first try. He just is quite nervous. And then it was kind of just we went to do, I'm getting another scoop. And then, yeah, so he jumped that perfect, excuse my hair by the way, it's obviously been in a plait like the entire day, so it's a bit frizzy. We then went to just go on a little hack around and do the other jumps. And there was the first jump we went to look at. I mean, it wasn't big height-wise. It was probably about like 65, 70 at the most. Probably like 70 actually. But it was quite wide, I'd say. And considering we don't do cross-country a lot, if I was on Bosco, I would have been like completely fine. It's just because it's Boris and he's more nervous, I was just a bit like, that's a bit scary. But we got a lead over it, and I can't remember the first time if he jumped it or not. There was one time that he refused it, but I actually really did not care about refusals because I know that he's nervous. It's just, with refusals, the only time it annoys me is if he jumps it and then refuses, because it's like, you've jumped it once, why can't you do it again? Kind of vibe. But yeah, the refusals really didn't bother me today because he was still so good. But just his dinner, chefing it up. He loves this, I think he's waiting for it now. Yep, he's... Just look at him. Look at his little face. I need to take his plait out, but he looks so good. Oh, baby. So continuing the debrief, yeah, he was really good. We kind of did this sort of, it felt like a riding school, but cross country, follow the leader type thing. And I just decided for the rest of the session just to follow someone else because that's what Boris is most confident at doing. And from then on, he was like really confident in like just flying over the jumps. And honestly, I just had to work on getting the striding and he did the rest of me. He just took me over and was being amazing because he's, again, a lot more confident with other horses. And at first he was jumping the jumps quite high because he was still nervous, but still doing it amazingly. And then we kind of continued on our hack sort of thing, went through to this other area where there's a trotting video. But we had to trot all the way along there because the instructor and like parents were sitting in this cart type thing that were driving along, so just in the interest of time we were all just trotting the distance, and it was quite a far way to trot considering Boris was already quite tired and sweaty because it was quite warm today. He did super well and he was actually really chill. Like, I had him on a long rein, on a loose rein, and he was just, he wants his dinner. He was just trotting along, chilling, doing whatever, and he did this at this one moment, a really nice medium trot type thing, because he was like keeping up, and I didn't want him to canter. I wouldn't let him canter because when he goes into canter, that's when it all goes a bit downhill. It's in trot, which is the safe gait. He's looking at me now. He wants his dinner. You okay? You okay, baby? His little face. Yeah, I'll go give him his dinner in a sec. And then we got into this other section which had the same jumps that we did just previously. It was the same type of jump. It was kind of like a pheasant feeder type jump. Not entirely sure, but like a oxer. Yeah, I don't really know. But we were going over that again, just following, and Boris was being perfect. He was just taking me over. And then we did this sort of combination where we did that jump, galloped up the hill, which again, I'll put a video up of him doing that gallop. You can't see how fast he's going, but he was going pretty fast at the time. Because the camera's far away, you can't see. I mean, I wish I was allowed a GoPro because then I could see how fast he was actually going. And then, unsurprisingly, when we got to the top of the hill, he lost a bit of steam, so there was that jump there. And he refused it, which I was like, fair enough. And it was on a bit of a slope. I was a bit nervous to jump that one because I could tell he was out of steam, so I was actually much more glad that he refused it, so then I could come back around and get like a positive canter to it. I mean, I think he trotted it, I can't remember. I think he trotted it and then he popped it, but he is better at trot, so I was like, I'd much rather just a forward going positive trot than trying to do a canter and then he's like backing off it and then has to leap it. Like, trot just works so much better for him. Yes, Boris, I'll come in a sec. Trot works so much better. And then we had to do another canter, like really far around. And when we first came up to it, he stopped and I was like, I'm not surprised, because I was getting tired at that point. I was like, didn't have the energy to push him on, and then I was like, I think I might just walk and go back through the gate. and then there was this lady there that was like, go on, just do it, you can do it. And I was like, okay. Oh, there's a bird flying above my head. Whoa. Okay. I was debating whether I'd try to show you guys, but then it flew out. I think it was a swallow, I don't know. Anyways, and then the lady was like, oh, go on, you can do it, just give it a try, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you know what, I'll try it. And he actually jumped it. I was very shocked, but he did jump it. And then there was a downhill bit, and I was really trying to hold him back because I was like, it's downhill. And then we came back to the first jump we did, and he absolutely flew over that really, really nicely. That was like so positive. He just dragged me to it and just flew. Unfortunately, I didn't get that bit on video because my camera had died, and I don't think my dad had a phone because he was the one filming. But all good, but it felt amazing. And then that point onwards, he was quite puffy, as expected, so I was literally just walking him around a bit, cooling him off. Well, I think other people went and did another round because their horses had more energy. But I was like, that was so positive, I'm just going to leave it there because there's no point trying to do more. And then if he is too tired, risking a rotation or something, I was like, it's really not worth the risk just to do another one. That last one was so positive. So I just walked him around, left it there, had my feet out the stirrups, he was eating a bit of grass, whatever. And then that was, once everyone had done that round, it was all chill. So we went over to the sort of like pond, a large pond / small lake type thing, and to go in the water and cool off. But of course, as expected, Boris did not go in the water. All the other horses did, but Boris said no. Isn't that right? But he had to get wet anyways because he was really sweaty, so we gave him a massive sponge off. But overall, the session was so positive. Even though we didn't do many jumps, it wasn't like an aim of jumping and cross country. I just contradicted what I said earlier. It was the aim of jumping, but it wasn't purely for jumping. It was kind of just like a fun little session. It wasn't like a training session or anything. It was just fun. And it was just so positive. It was so confidence giving for him, following another horse, which is exactly why I want to take him cross country hunting, because he would be in his prime, because he's so springy. He's really confident when following another horse. He just needs the other horse in front of him to give him that confidence, and then he'll fly. Yeah, overall, I'm just so happy with that session. And you know what? My riding was better. I think I had to actually ride, and because I had a horse that I didn't feel like I was having to like go get on the whole time, it was much more positive. And it was really good. My riding was about my lower leg, my right lower leg. There was one jump that I was very surprised. It was a lot better than normal. It still went back, but considering I'm convinced that I do have nerve damage or something in that leg, it was so much better. I don't know how, don't know why, but it was. So maybe I just need to ride more cross country kind of style now. I feel like this is the same realisation Nicole had. Maybe I need to take that on as well. I don't know. But overall, it was a super positive session, and I'm very, very happy with that. He's going to have a good, 2-3 weeks off from jumping now again. And I think he's just having a hack tomorrow as like a sort of leg stretch. We've been doing so much hacking recently, and it's really benefited our schooling. Like, we had the most amazing schooling session yesterday, where he was just so good. He's really, really getting good at those walk to canter to walks and everything. But yeah, so I just need to finish off some yard chores. I just need to feed him, turn him out, and then I think we're going home because I am very tired, but I've still got some revision to do for my GCSEs.
Hello, buddy. Good boy. Okay, we're just currently turning him out. He's eating his dinner. We would put a fur mask on him, but he doesn't actually. He always gets it off, so there's not really much point. Oh, he doesn't like the flies, do you, baby? But you can't have a fly mask on because you always lose it. He's about to roll. You can see the way he's walking. Boris, just go and roll already. There we go. Someone's struggling to get over. Nice and dirty, mate. Okay, so I have turned Boris out quite early. Earlier than usual. It's not crazy early. It's like 20 past, 3:30. I don't actually know what the time is. I think 3:30 it is. 3:30. Normally don't turn him out as early as this, but I think it's really good for him to have like a leg stretch and just chill in the field for ages. He's gone to have, oh my god, I can't get this back on. There we go. He's gone to have a drink over there, you can see him. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.
Crazy over you.